Whoa, 7 unheard of body parts you have for one reason or another. Each and every moment in your life you spend doing actions without thinking of how exactly your body is structured in order to carry them out. You walk, talk, breathe, trip over the cat, and lift a cup of coffee to your lips absolutely automatically. It's almost as if your body is on autopilot. In order to execute some movements, you use certain body parts you've probably never heard of before. In this video, you'll see some quirks of your body that will leave you with just one question. What other secrets does the human body hide? If at least one fact manages to surprise you, hit the like button. Counting down from number 7. The glabella. Surely not all of you know that the space between your eyebrows is called the glabella. Doctors can use this spot to figure out whether or not a patient is dehydrated. If your body doesn't have enough water, you can pinch the skin in this place. If it doesn't regain its normal shape but stays extended, your body is in need of some hydration. You can also check your neurotic reflex with the help of the glabella. Just tap the spot between your brows several times, and if you start blinking, your reflex is okay. In China, fortune tellers who read faces look right at this spot to predict your future. There, the glabella is called yin tang and is believed to be the focal point of a person's spirit and energy. Your luck will depend on the shape of this part of the face, especially if you're 28. And the color of this patch of skin reveals the secrets of your nearest future. So, are you interested in getting your glabella read? Number 6. The tragus. This small nugget on the outer ear plays a very important role in hearing sounds from behind. They arrive with a slight delay in comparisons with the sounds that come from the front. This way, your brain can distinguish front and rear sources of sound. Actually, as part of the outer ear itself, the tragus helps determine the source of sound in general by directing sound waves into the inner ear. But could the external air do this without the tragus? Number 5. The span. You mean one of our body parts is named after some canned meat? No, not spam. Span. Oh, okay. Your hand can help you take measurements if you don't have anything else on hand. On hand. Get it? Maybe you've heard of this before, or maybe it's news to you, but your fingers in particular can be used as a measuring tool. It was much more popular in ancient times to use hands to measure distance. For example, in Greece, people measured length using the span as a unit that's the distance between the thumb and the pinky. The length of the span varied from 7 to 9 inches. So, next time you forget your ruler at home, just use your span. Number 4. Levitator labii superioris. No, this isn't some spell from the magical world of Harry Potter. And to be exact, the full name of this muscle is the musculus levator labii superioris aliquo nasi, which is not only my best guess for saying that, but it's also LLSAN for short. Some people remember it by using the mnemonic "Little ladies snore all night." And of course, they really do. The most famous person who constantly flexed this muscle was Elvis Presley. Thank you very much. You might notice in pictures and videos of the late king of rock and roll how he lifted part of his upper lip, which definitely became his trademark. In everyday speech, the muscle is simply called the upper lip muscle. It lifts the upper lip, deepening the nasolabial fold and dilating the nostrils. It gives the face a sort of snarling expression. By the way, this tiny lifting mechanism is a champion of sorts. It has the longest name of all the muscles in the human body. Thank you very much. Number 3. Lip and tongue frenulum. These small folds are necessary to support the upper lip and tongue. Thanks to the tongue frenulum, you can control the vertical and horizontal movements of your tongue, Imagine how difficult your life would be if your tongue was just dangling all willy-nilly inside your mouth. It's how I get. Another useful benefit of this strip of tissue appears when a fetus is developing in the mother's womb. The frenulum guides the tongue to grow in a forward direction, not back towards the throat. Some people have such a short frenulum that it causes them to speak with a defect, so it's quite an important little flap to have. Number 2. The hallux. The hallux is another name for the big toe. So why don't you just call it a big toe? Thanks to it, we can keep our balance while we're standing, walking, or running. It touches the ground with every step and gives support to almost 40% of our body weight. Besides that, the big toe can support 2 times more weight than all the other toes combined. However, the widespread belief that if a person loses their big toe, they can't walk or run anymore is no more than a myth. People who don't have halluces do lose a bit of their balance and strength and gait, but they walk just fine. Doctors don't typically provide prosthetic toes, but some patients prefer to have them. For example, to wear open-toed shoes without having to deal with rude stairs. An interesting fact, though, is that prosthetic toes have been around for a long while. Andreas Nerlich, a pathologist from Ludwig Maximilians University of Munich, published an article describing how the first wooden prosthetic limb in existence was actually a toe prosthesis dating back to 1000 BC. It was found on an Egyptian woman, and scratches on the sole of this wooden toe proved that the woman wore it during her whole life. And number 1, bear with me, Plica similaris and Lacrima caruncle. No, it's not the latest pop duo from Norway. These hard-to-pronounce words together form that small pink mucousy part of the inner corner of your eye, and they're the one item on this list that serves no real purpose whatsoever. They're more of a hand-me-down gift from evolution. They serve as a third eyelid for amphibiotic creatures to protect their eyes underwater, but mammals, like humans, have no use for them. Well, at least we humans today have no use for them. In the distant past, our predecessors actually used to have a functioning third eyelid. This half-transparent membrane could move across the eye to protect it during fights or hunting. This way, nobody wasted precious time on blinking. Afterward, when people started living together in groups, this part of the body became obsolete and eventually disappeared. Today, we just scrape our eye boogers out of the small remnants of our former third eyelid. Eye boogers, really? It is hard to imagine humans with something resembling birds' or cats' eyes. Most scientists and biologists believe this theory has some backing. So why shouldn't we believe it too? Do you know any other parts of the body that people see in the mirror every day but have no clue of their names? Tell us in the comment section below. Remember to give this video a like, because if it can get 10,000 likes, we'll tell you about what animals people have much more in common with than you could ever imagine. Subscribe to our channel and enjoy hundreds of useful and fascinating videos that you can find on the bright side of life.